rich and satisfying. For every young American who participates in a Peace Corps, who works in a foreign land, will know that he or she is sharing in the great common task of bringing to man that decent way of life, which is the foundation for peace and a condition for freedom. Once again, we welcome and we are happy to have all of you. Thank you.
That was the Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Education. Thank you, Honorable Dutta. At this time, I will call on for special remarks Peace Corps trainee Anna McDougall.
Hello, everyone. His Excellency Dr. George Mannah Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Minister Finley of Foreign Affairs, Honorable De Thong, Deputy Minister for Administration, Christy Rowdy, Country Director for Peace Corps Liberia, Ministry officials, honored guests, Peace Corps staff, Peace Corps trainees, host families, and friends one and all protocols observed. I would first like to take this opportunity to thank our Peace Corps staff. They have worked very hard, and they are the reason we are all sitting here today. We will never be able to count the number of hours or flip charts used to ensure our success. So if you join me in a quick clap for them. Thank you. So my fellow trainees and I come from a variety of backgrounds, and we are united in our home country, host country, and our will to serve. So this speech, I hope to dedicate to each of those parts. America, I know you didn't want us to go. You wanted us to stay so bad that you made us sleep on the floor of a cold airport just so we could have 24 more hours with you. So thank you for that. But you have given us an education and a drive to make a difference. So trainees, be sure to thank your loved ones for supporting us and allowing us to come here. Mama Liberia will take good care of us. Now Liberia, you have instilled in us a fear of snakes and rain. Nothing like the rain coming to strike fear in any Peace Corps volunteer who is just starting their commute home from Doe Palace. Liberia, you have shown me I am bold, capable, and courageous. I can mostly balance water on my head. I can mostly wash clothes just by hand, and start fires in a coal pot, even if it takes a whole box of matches. Sorry, Mom. We have faced some hard times, and in these challenges, we have learned to stand together. Looking within yourself, you can see the changes you have already made. You have grown so much, and I'm so proud of you. Liberia, you have given me a family, brothers, a sister, a ma, pa, and even an auntie, all whom I love dearly. But you have also given me my other 8 trainees, and I thank you so much for that family as well. So trainees, if you join me in a quick wild clap for our host families. You might know this one. Wow. 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 I promise to repay your kindness, host families, and I hope I can make the difference you believe that I can. So, to my new Peace Corps family, we have danced together, some better than others. You know who you are. And we have watched Mary fall into at least 3 different bodies of water. And Logan killed a rabbit. But that story we won't go into. And we have watched each other conquer the classroom and become great teachers. And I'm sure have had more stories, but I didn't form a group chat, and I know that some of us get really upset about them. So, the last 11 weeks, we have been each other's family, friends, shoulder to cry on, and people to laugh with. We have been in West Africa, though in each other we have made a new home. Though we are transitioning into something new, the knowledge and friendships we have gained and made will stay with us. And as scary as that is, I want you to reflect on the differences that you have already made while being here. You have inspired girls to love football. You have helped siblings learn to read. You have triggered curiosity in a student who couldn't help but stay after class just to ask you one more question. You have taught kids to value themselves and maybe even made a couple of people laugh as you stumble in your Liberian English. Sorry, yeah? I would like to remind you to never discount a small change. And it will not be easy. But if you look around you today, you are surrounded by an ever-growing family. And we might not see each other too soon. But I hope the next time I see you, you have even more stories of friendship, cultural mishaps, learning experiences, and positive change that you have created. May you learn as much as you can and change into the best version of yourself. Dedicate yourself to making a difference. And I will leave you with some wise words from Jeff. World peace, baby. So thank you, I love you all, and goodbye for now.
That was so touching and inspiring, so thank you so much, Anna. At this time, I have the honor to welcome to this podium the Ambassador of the Embassy of the United States of America, Christy Ella.
Peace Corps staff, volunteers, host families from Kakata, civil society, friends, and my embassy colleagues, many of whom once sat in your chairs in another country, maybe a few years ago. Mr. President, it's a great honor to have you here today to celebrate the swearing in of our Peace Corps volunteers. And I say our volunteers because I have never in my career met a country and a people who welcomes Peace Corps volunteers and appreciates them like Liberia. So I thank you so much. For the embrace that this country gives to them. And we are grateful for your personal engagement in that of your ministries, also even the security services who make sure that they and their communities, they can work even in remote communities safely and securely. We thank you so much for that. Mr. President, you and your Minister of Education have made access to quality education a priority in your national development agenda. And that makes perfect sense because evidence has shown that prioritizing quality and access to education is the most sustainable path to lifting people out of poverty. And as your focus always has been, it is not new and it was not with the campaign, has always been on the value of youth. That it, as a part of the solution to problems in Africa and not a problem itself to be managed, I think is something that other African leaders can look to you as a model for. We are proud, the United States, to have a central role in your efforts to improve education and to share, through that we share America's best and brightest minds before you today who will uphold the highest standards of professionalism, integrity, and expertise engagement with Liberians across the country. And again, I want to thank the Peace Corps staff, Christy, Becky, JB, Sam, Stephen, Zeze, and Dita. We're all scattered around. Thank you for all you've done, most especially the families in Kakata who have welcomed and embraced our Americans here. Thank you for making the journey and for doing this in many cases year after year. You give them a glimpse of what the real Liberia is like before they scatter across the country. Because now, volunteers, you are ready. Volunteers, now comes the real challenge, though, where we send you with our best wishes to teach math and science in 42 junior and senior high schools across this country in every single county. Liberia and the United States share a special bond in each of the counties in which you live. Please remember you are as much an ambassador of your country as I am. And in fact, you just took the same oath that I did before I came here. So I hope you'll remember that each and every day as you're in the classroom and you help discover the talents and the capabilities of Liberia's young people. You will inspire and challenge them. So over the next 2 years, as you live among Liberians in the towns and villages, please know that we take great pride in what you do, in your work, and we know that it will have a positive impact on thousands of Liberians. And I am confident that at the end of your experience, you will look back and you will be equally transformed by those exchanges and engagements. So I look forward to visiting all of you, or many of you. I'm not sure I can get to all 43 sites, but whenever I'm in the area, certainly I do, and my embassy colleagues who are here do, to see you in action in the classrooms. Bring you some popcorn and M&Ms and whatever we can find in our pantries, and to learn from your own experiences, because you get to parts of the country that we cannot, and we really enjoy hearing your stories and what you've learned. So thank you again, Mr. President, ministers, volunteers. It's a happy, happy day, and I congratulate you and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Ambassador. At this time, I will welcome to the podium Christy Robbie, Country Director of Peace Corps Liberia, for presentation of volunteers.
Put on my glasses so I can see you all. His Excellency, Dr. George Monowea, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Finley, Minister of Finance, Tway, Deputy Minister of Education, Dakon, Minister of Information, Nagbe, Madam Ambassador Elder, Ministry officials, honored guests and civil society, friends and host families, and of course, my Peace Corps volunteers and staff. Thank you to everyone for joining on this joyful occasion. Over 5 decades ago, President John F. Kennedy challenged the American people to serve others through public service, to do something bigger for them than themselves and for the benefit of someone other than themselves. He sought peace and friendship among all countries by providing technical support through a model of cross-cultural exchange, whereby Americans would volunteer to serve the interests and development aspirations of communities around the world. Those volunteers would be active and participating members of a community for 2 years, living and working side by side while sharing in both the challenges and successes of their hosts. In this way, peoples of each country would mutually come to appreciate and understand the other, to effectively break down the barriers and misconceptions that too often separate us, and to help us recognize not only the many values we have in common, but to as importantly, appreciate those many things that make every culture unique and special in the greater tapestry of the world. The Peace Corps was established upon those worthy principles, and its goals have remained unchanged from that founding mandate. As President Kennedy himself stated in March 1961, our Peace Corps is not designed as an instrument of diplomacy or propaganda or ideological conflict. It is designed to permit our people to exercise more fully their responsibilities in the great common cause of world development. So, all those lofty sentiments and ideals bring me to you, the 44 members of All-RA. You have already done what few of your friends at home have chosen or are able to do. You have committed 27 months of your life to answering President Kennedy's call. Through your personal desire to improve or increase the opportunities in life for others, to fully understand and appreciate another culture and way of life, far from your homeland, and ultimately become a better citizen of your country and of the world for having done so. Stepping onto that plane to Liberia took resolve, but completion of the past 11 weeks of pre-service training was a substantial achievement that required fortitude, determination, patience, and an occasional sense of humor. These are all qualities that will serve you well over the next 2 years. You lived with the most gracious of host families in Kakata and experienced a rigorous training program administered by a highly dedicated team of Liberian and American professionals. Today, you were sworn in as Peace Corps volunteers, and tomorrow you will begin your service from Lofa to Maryland, from Grand Cape Mount to Nimba. As an education volunteer, you will live at the modest level of those with whom you work, and you may well find yourself to be the first foreigner many people there have ever personally known or maybe even seen. This puts a great deal of responsibility on you. You are in fact representing no less than the whole of the American people, and everything you say and do is watched, noted, and scrutinized, and contributes to what those around you perceive as being true of every other volunteer and of all Americans. You are never off duty. Yes, it's a lot of pressure, and I know every one of you is able to do so successfully because you have demonstrated exactly that over the past 3 months. The longtime slogan of Peace Corps was, toughest job you'll ever love. This remains as true today as ever. And that phrase stresses the fact that while you are volunteers, you have volunteered to do a job. It is a job unlike any other you have had or will ever have. And I am certain you will approach your service with professionalism that is both expected and required in order to be effective and valued in your work. Now for a bit of advice. To earn your place as an accepted and participating member of your new home, you must learn from them. Learn how they cook, learn how they raise children, how they make decisions, how they prioritize those decisions. And in the process, you will contribute to those things they care about through your work. In fact, you will probably find that during your service, you will learn more than you teach and receive more than you give. Your service is to provide mutual benefit, and everyone should gain through that commonly shared experience. Be willing to dive into your new life and not be afraid to put yourself out there. So make the first move and don't wait for others to come to you. Try every food, attend every event and celebration, take part in the lives of your students and newly found friends. Don't read a book inside when you could be kicking a soccer ball with the students outside, sitting small with neighbors, or helping porch kids to learn. Though you have trained as a group, Peace Corps is an individual experience. One volunteer's relationship with one community. Take charge of your service, own it, and even during the most challenging of times, find that enthusiasm you had the day you stepped off the plane, the enthusiasm you have today. In the end, you will follow in the footsteps of those volunteers that have served in Liberia beginning in 1962. You follow in the footsteps of the 230,000 other Peace Corps volunteers that have served over 57 years in 141 countries around the world. In fact, you will share your service with the other 7,000 currently serving volunteers that have all taken the same oath as you did today. You can do this, and you will do it well. And your experience will influence how you live the rest of your lives, just as those you serve will never forget your contribution to theirs. So I called you trainees, but now you're volunteers. My sincere congratulations and best wishes for you as you embark on this great chapter in life to serve. Finally, on behalf of the entire staff of Peace Corps, we offer our appreciation to the government of Liberia for inviting us to complement its work through the service of our volunteers. We look forward to many years of our close working relationship as we continue to contribute to the areas of development where we can be most useful and effective. I now present to you the 44 members of the LR Great Group of Volunteers. Can you please stand, volunteers? And after honors, we invite you to the podium to administer the pledge. One more time. I promise to serve alongside the people of Liberia. I promise to share my culture with an open heart and an open mind. I promise to foster an understanding of the people of Liberia. With creativity, cultural sensitivity, and respect. I will face the challenges of service with patience, humility, and determination. I will embrace the mission of world peace and friendship for as long as I serve and beyond. In the proud tradition of Peace Corps legacy, and in the spirit of the Peace Corps family, past, present, and future, I am a Peace Corps volunteer.
The Honorable Dean and members of the Cabinet, Madam Ambassador, and members of the U.S. Embassy, Madam Country Director of the Peace Corps Liberia and trainees, invited guests, other government officials present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor and pleasure to invite for special remarks to the podium His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia.
Have a seat. Ambassador Ella, platform guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our friends and family, peaceful volunteers. First of all, I say welcome. I want to thank you for making the journey a success. I am a friend and a champion of a peaceful volunteer. So I want you to know that. You know what? I used to live in the village. During my days in the village, we used to say Peace Corps. Now I see on the paper, Peace Corps. So all the people we knew that came from America, teaching us, trying to instill discipline in us, teaching us mathematics, science, and what have you, we knew them as Peace Corps. We are here today as Peace Corps. For those that we call Peace Corps, they did their due diligence. They taught us, they made an impact in our lives, they supported education, they did all they could. And each Peace Corps at that time had a friend. Everyone wanted to associate with a Peace Corps. I had a Peace Corps father. He named me George. He was a good Christian. He taught us in the church. At that time, I was Manneh Weah. And you look at my father and say, a Christian name is George. So today I'm called George. My parents call me George, but I'm George. So my Peace Corps father gave me that name. Today I'm George Manneh Weah. So it's not just me educating me, but giving me a name that gave me a positive life. What you're doing today, we may overlook this. To leave your family and friends, to come to another country that have history of Ebola, to come and sacrifice and teach people the discipline. We cannot underestimate this. When people are running away from Liberia, are coming to Liberia to mentor people. This is a great sacrifice. It's like going to the army and they tell you that you're going to war. But whatever you do here, I'm going to pray for you that you go back to your family when you finish your mission, to go back to them safe. We will work with you. We'll make sure that you are monitored through our partners to make sure that you are safe. Our administration will make sure that you impact lives in this country. I want to congratulate you on this endeavor. It's not an easy road.
those that understand that the decision to come to Liberia is not an easy one, they know. We take it seriously. And we're going to do everything in our power for it to be successful. So, my Father George legacy will continue. Again, for some of us that have been mentored by other people who know what you're doing, it's important. And while you are here, look for a friend. A friend, because during those days, the Peace Corps were always looking for a friend. Someone that everywhere you see one Peace Corps, you see one Liberian. And that Liberian was showing them the way how to be integrated in our society. And he also was teaching. So it's partnership. So do the same. I want to thank you, Manaela, for believing in our government, for making sure that the citizens come to us to teach our people. The stanza in your national anthem is justified. The country of the free and the country of the brave. You are brave. All the best. And God bless you while you're here.
Give another round of applause for the president. That was indeed inspiring, and that is setting you on the move for your mission as of tomorrow. I hope you are ready for it. So, at this time, we will ask that everybody remains standing as the president and his entourage leave the room. Nobody move, only the president and his entourage. And then after that, I will announce what will be happening next. All right, so the rest of us, we have lunch, a light lunch. Things should be heavy, but things, I'm just gonna try to make it small. We'll be going to the patio back here using this door for our lunch. So you are all invited to share with us and join us in this endeavor. So thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you again wherever we have a plan to do another program of this nature. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you we've been here at the inaugural ceremony, the swearing-in ceremony of the Peace Corps volunteer at the inaugural ceremony. And you heard His Excellency President George Manneh Weah thanking the volunteers, the 44 volunteers for coming. The country, the NP added that their efforts to come to Liberia cannot be underestimated. All right, he added that their efforts cannot be underestimated, and he encouraged them to be brave and okay, he encouraged them to be brave. He encouraged them to be brave and try to do their best in impacting the lives of the Liberian society. So we are hoping to speak with. Hello. How are you?
I'm very well, yes.
How do you feel being in Liberia?
I love this country. The people are so welcoming to us, and they feel like brothers. Yeah, all the people I have met are very welcoming, and I'm happy to be here for the next 2 years teaching the youth.
You
Yes.
promise to do your best.
Yeah, oh, we all promise. We all take the oath today, so we are all promising to do our best for the country of Liberia.
Thank you. What's
Yes.
your name?
I'm Joshua, or Peye. My mom named me Peye in the Mano tribe. So from Nimba, the Mano tribe, they call me Peye, meaning the third son. Yes.
Welcome to Liberia.
Thank you so much.
All right, this is it. You heard from Joshua Pay, and he said he's happy and promised to do his best. Can I speak with you? Hello.
Hello,
What's your name?
Stephanie. Stephanie Bachman.
Welcome to Liberia. How do
Thank
feel
you.
being in Liberia?
I'm very happy to be here.
And you promise to do your best.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
All right, that was Stephanie, one volunteer, and all right, that was Stephanie, and she promised to do her best in. Helping to impact life. Hello, welcome to Liberia.
Thank you.
What's your name?
John. My name is John.
How do you feel being in Liberia?
I'm very excited to get to my community in Lofa County, and just thank you so much for being so welcoming. Yeah, I'm very excited.
You promise to do your best.
Absolutely.
Name again.
John. John, thank you so much.
Okay, that was John, and a Peace Corps volunteer. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Liberia.
Thank you very much.
So what's your name?
Elijah.
Elijah.
Yeah.
How do you feel being in Liberia?
Oh, it feels amazing. This country is beautiful. On the coast of Africa, it's just a wonderful experience to be here.
You promise to do your best.
Of course, yes, all of us. We all promise to do our best.
You thank you the name again.
Elijah.
Elijah. Okay, you heard from Elijah, and he's one of the 44, and he's one of the volunteer. Okay, welcome to Liberia. Okay, he prefers not to talk. He defaulted. Okay. All right. The swearing-in ceremony of Peace Corps volunteer here at the Monrovia City Hall. You get it right, and of course, Truth FM Real Television. We brought you. Hello. Welcome to Liberia.
Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Rachel.
How do you feel being in Liberia?
I'm so excited to be here. So happy to get to be able to impact the children here and help them learn and do my small part. And
You promise to do your best.
I promise to do my best.
What's your name again?
Rachel Swirling.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
All right. So she's Rachel. Yeah. Pisco Pape. How are you?
I'm fine. No, not Pisco Pape, CDC Pape. I'm called CDC Pape.
Why are you here today?
I'm here because I work with Peace Corps. I'm the cook that can cook for the children there. And also, librarian called me CDC Pape. So I'm very happy to see my son. I have 3 children. The balance, I didn't know them because there are so many. The first one is Osman Mane. Second one is Joel. Third one is P.Y. Johnson.
Okay, thank you. You heard it right from few of the volunteers. They promised to do their best and ensure that they will help through educational activities, through agriculture, through health programs, among others. Thank you. We are hoping to speak with. Hello. Okay, he defaulted. All right. Until then, I've been your commentator here, George Boy, alongside my friend and brother Andy, who's been behind camera, bringing you the visual image. Until then, we are bidding you a bye-bye and
Think of it, we design it, name it, we create it. His design make you feel designs again. We give you the best quality in any kind of printing using the latest technology in digital printing. We offer the following services: graphic design, mesh printing, billboard erection, logo design, business card, flyers and posters, cap printing, banner printing, calendars, stickers, t-shirts and more. And we also bring all types of vehicle. For the best in quality design in printing, contact His Design on 086 921 765 or 0777 65 0014. We are located on the corner of Front and Macklin Streets in Tourist Building. Email us at hitsdesign@yahoo.com or like our Facebook page at His Design. His Design, we make you feel designs again.